Good afternoon, and welcome to our pause for thought today. I would like to talk this afternoon about the idea of faith. Faith can often be seen as a dirty word by the secular world. It is perceived as an antonym to logic and reason. Yet I would like to argue that it's the opposite of that. To emphasize this point, the American Webster's Dictionary defines faith as firm belief in something for which there is no proof. And this is often the definition the wider world holds of faith, and gives rise to the notion that Christians are stupid and ignorant. However, thankfully, the Oxford English Dictionary takes a different view and defines faith as trust in someone's ability or knowledge, trust that someone or something will do what has been promised. And that adds a whole different perspective to Christian faith. Our faith is certainly not based on something with no evidence. Our faith is based on trust, and trust is not earned without evidence that someone or something is trustworthy. I see two reasons why you might trust someone. Your experience says that they are trustworthy, or that they exhibit some other evidence that they are trustworthy. I trust my friends and family because my experience tells me that I can trust them. I know them and they know me. We have shared experiences and have faith that they will do what is promised because I know they have done it before. Equally, we trust people when there is evidence that they are trustworthy. I'm not going to give all my money to a stranger in the street and trust that they will look after it and then return it to me when I need it. If I walk into a bank and see someone behind a desk with a uniform that tells me that they work for the bank, I trust them and give them all my money. The same goes for doctors and policemen and other people in uniform or positions of trust, because they demonstrate evidence that they can be trusted. Our faith in God should also be based on evidence and experience. The Bible is arguably the most historically reliable source ever. This is measured by using the same reliability criteria historians use on any other document. Ruth's thoughts on Tuesday pointed to the fact that the whole gospel hangs on the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus. This is something that was witnessed and recorded by the disciples and the Pharisees, but also unbiased witnesses, such as the Romans, with all this evidence pointing to it happening the way that the Bible says it happened. Now, I don't have time to go into all the reasons to trust the Bible and its reliability, but we have solid, trustworthy evidence for our faith. But our faith cannot be built on evidence alone. Just because it makes logical sense is not enough. We have faith because we have experienced something of God's love. We have experienced God's trustworthiness, and we know that He will do what is promised. I am yet to meet anyone who has been argued logically into knowing Jesus. It might be the starting point, but somewhere along the line there needs to be that experience of God in order to have that trust that God is who He says He is, and He will do what is promised. In Hebrews it says, "Now faith is confidence in what we hope for, and assurance about what we do not see." So because our faith is not without proof, we can be confident that our hope is not in vain. 1 Peter then tells us, "But in your hearts revere Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. But do this with gentleness and respect." So do not be afraid to share your faith, because you know your faith is not some get-out-of-jail-free card to explain the unexplainable. The wider world might think it is. But we trust God to do what He's promised, even though we might not understand how. We trust God will protect us and keep us safe, even when it seems like He can't. And we trust that God is here, even when He seems far away, because we know He has done it before, and because of that, we know He will do it again. I will finish by pointing you towards a song called "Do It Again." You can find it easily on YouTube and other sources. But I would like to highlight the lyrics where it says, "I've seen you move, you've moved the mountains, and I believe I'll see you do it again." So if you do not yet have faith in God, I implore you to look into the proof of our faith, but to also seek that experience of God as well. If you do have faith, do not be ashamed to share it because it's based on solid ground. And finally, if you are unsure whether you can trust God, have faith, because if He's done it before, He can certainly do it again.